Cannabis in February, and it was a long flight, and it was immediately after my surgery, after Riverside 14. I didn't get to rest after my surgery. Riverside 14 conferences up and down. By the time I got back to London from the conference in Necker, I ended up actually in hospital because I could not stand, I could not walk. I was in so much pain, and my doctor there just said, go in for a nerve block. So I went in, I had a procedure, and of course I was told to rest for 10 days, but I didn't. I flew back to Kenya. You have to listen to doctor's instructions, okay? So I didn't. I came back to Kenya, and the pain just shifted from my upward, downward mobility was fine, but what happened is my stationary forward mobility was really, really bad. And you know, I started wondering what's going on. So I got a you know, why am I in so much more pain? Why can't I walk now? Before it was just a question of bending and standing. And I got a trip to go to Delhi to receive an award. So because India is celebrated for its medical care, I got to visit a spinal injury hospital in India, and I got one of the best doctors there. And he put me on a whole regime of medicine, and I've been taking painkillers like a nonsense. I mean, my meds on a daily basis were ranging between 15 and 20. And he said, take these meds and then do some exercises. So I kept taking the meds, doing some exercises, but I still was not 100%. I couldn't exercise enough. He wanted me to walk like 4 kilometers a day. I couldn't gym. In fact, it's been such a frustration for me. So for those of you who are healthy, please go to the gym, do that, because I mean, I miss it so much. I've not been able to gym. I've not been able to do any kind of workout. I can't even walk for more than half an hour. And I started wearing a backpack because I felt I needed to balance my back and arch my back. Arch my back, because the doctor said that my spine was completely straight, because I think over the years just trying to balance as I stand and walk. So I think the pain block that I had in February has kind of finished. Some people it stays a year, some 6-7 months. I think for me it stayed about 7 months, and it's eroded. So it's gone. I have no pain block. So I'm relying on tablets. Now I got to a point where I was taking like 8 pain tablets, from codeine to better pain, a day. Bad for the stomach lining, bad for the kidneys, bad for the liver. Of course, if we had medical cannabis that was approved in Kenya, I'd be on CBD, I'd be on probably some form of cannabis treatment that would relieve the pain. And I'm hoping that we can work on that as a country. But so I can't sleep. I mean, I look, everybody tells me I look so exhausted recently, and I actually see myself, I look absolutely exhausted. The thing is, I don't sleep at night. I mean, turning on the bed, even with the painkillers, I can't turn, I can't lift my leg. I mean, the horizontal position is terribly painful. Walking, standing for long, I get pins and needles on my leg. I feel like my leg is expanded and my shoe is about to explode. So I met this, you know, you've got to talk and you talk to people, and I met 2 people who recommended Dr. Thikra. So Dr. Thikra is a pain management doctor, and apparently she's one of the best in the world, not just Kenya, and we are fortunate to have her practicing in Aga Khan Hospital. So I saw her about 2 months ago, and she wanted to do a series of tests, and I was actually quite impressed that the tests that she did for me were even better than those that were done for me in London. She put me on a regime of a cocktail, let me call it a cocktail of tablets to manage the nerves, the muscle, the pain. She took me through a hip x-ray, she took me through a nerve conduction test to confirm that my nerves were okay. Then she took me to a hip MRI. I mean, just so many, and it's very costly, and I'm, you know, grateful that I've worked so hard to get where I am, and I can actually afford a medical care that can give me the care in this hospital. But having said that, with universal health care, if we can get all our public hospitals to be really, really efficient, we have very, very good doctors in Kenya. And I feel that universal health care being singled out as an agenda by the president is something that we should all embrace. The thing is, most people don't pay for insurance. Like, I have this insurance by Parliament as a parliamentarian, but I also have private insurance. Why? Because I won't always be a parliamentarian. So you work hard and then you elevate yourself, you know, from the national cover, because I also have an NHIF card, which I will use here. All right. So I also pay my NHIF subscription. So the reason I'm sharing this with you is because I think as a leader elected by over 860,000 people, a lot of you have seen that in the recent fires that we've had in Nairobi, I've not been going because the terrain, as we're going to most of the informal settlements, is really rough, and then of course there's a lot of push and pull, and actually I risk more injury to my back. I've got a disc, that this gel stuff, this disc on the L4, L5 that has actually moved on both sides, left and right. So my sciatic nerve pain keeps moving from the right. It was on the right for it was on the left forever. It moved to the right, and now it's on the left. And over the last 2 days, it's actually everywhere. The pain's just everywhere. I can't even tell. I stand, like yesterday we were in church, and my God, every song that we stood for was excruciating. At one point, Bishop Salachi said, "Why don't you just sit down?" And I said, you know, people would understand why she's sitting down when everyone is standing. And you know, Kenyans, especially on Twitter, I love Kenyans on Instagram. They're so much nicer. Kenyans on Twitter, my goodness, before you know it, it'll be, wow, look at her, she's this, she's that, she's the other. Can we be nice to each other? It takes so much energy to be bad. I can't understand why we're continuously bashing each other and looking for fault. So I'm going for this procedure. Hopefully the doctor, so I've got two doctors, Kenyan, Hi, Caroline, how are you? I'm live, I'm talking to my constituents.
Okay, all right.
All right, you want me ready? Am I ready to go?
No?
Okay, so this is what I'm supposed to wear for theatre? Okay, looks like a bathrobe. Okay, all right, fine, I'll be ready in a bit.
People are responding quickly.
Okay, so, all right, so, yeah, I've got, I was supposed to have neurosurgeons, okay, so I have a neurosurgeon and a pain management doctor. Pain management doctor is, actually I never knew about a pain management doctor until I met one in London. But the doctor that is, let me see, the doctor, his name is, I hear he likes to be called Mr. Livingston. He doesn't want to be called doctor, but I hear he's also a professor. Livingston, God, these names get me, and I shouldn't. Olunya, yes. So I've got Dr. Thikra. Let me see, where is that message from? It was a message on your phone, not my phone. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Bush. Mr. Livingston Olunya, and he is Mr. Livingston Olunya. He's a neurosurgeon, apparently one of the best in the country. I'm grateful to God that I can afford that. And Dr. Thikra Sharif, who's the pain management doctor. So they're going to go into my back, and they're going to literally numb the nerves from my L3 to my S1. Now, what I love about what's happening here in Kenya, in my country, and I'm so proud of this, is my pain doctor is so efficient in the sense that she's not, when I had the procedure in London, a similar procedure in London, I was discharged within 3 hours. Here, I'm being retained in the hospital for 3 days or 2 days. And I'm going to be going through physio almost immediately. The idea is to strengthen the muscles in my back. Now, as women, we give birth, we let go of our core. We need to continuously do, you know, men don't have so much of a problem because they don't give birth. All right, we give birth, our calcium is normally low. I mean, we should take calcium. This core needs to be strong. I tell you what, I mean, I want to have a six-pack. I can't have it by my 55th birthday, but I'll definitely have it by my 56th birthday. I think for my 55th birthday, I can get close to not a six-pack, a four-pack, or a two-pack. But anyway, I need to have a strengthened core, and I've been working on it. I also need to strengthen the muscles on my back. My posture is very important. I need to work on that. So I'm going to be managed by the physio department, the pain management department of Aga Khan, under Dr. Thikra's care, doing exercises on, like today, I think when I come out of theatre at about lunchtime, because I'm late, I should have gone in at 8:30, but I'm going in at 9:30. When I come out of theatre at lunchtime, I think this evening I'm going in for physio. I was told to carry gym clothes. So I've carried my gym clothes. I'm going to go into for physio and do some exercises. The whole idea is to strengthen the muscles on my back and hopefully manage the disc away from the nerve, which it's pressing. You know, you've got these massive nerves that run all the way down to the toes. And I'm going to continue exercising, and I can't wait. I can't wait to get to the gym. I can't wait to sweat, you know, like literally sweat, because I've worked out. I've seen a lady who had the same problem, and today she's jogging, and I'm jealous. I'm jealous. God, I know we're not supposed to be jealous. I'm happy for her, but I'm jealous. I need to be able to jog and just sweat. So if you can work out, please work out extra, because it's good for you. Women, we give birth, we need to continue working out so that we can actually get, you know, the children keep us so busy that we don't have time for anything. It's but we have to make me time. You know, Martha Karua keeps telling me, Esther, I see you, you work so hard, you're everywhere. Can you have a day off? Actually, I haven't had a day off, and I need to have at least one day off. Now, my phone, you know what? Since I'm going to be in a hospital, I'm going to go through my phone with Kenyans. Okay, so I've just declined a phone call because I'm talking to everybody here. But I want to tell you something. This is my WhatsApp. Okay, so I've got 3,422 chats. That's a new one that's just come in. Now, if you see the green, those are all the messages I haven't read. Now, ever since the governor, I mean, just look at the green. Those are messages that I haven't read. And it's not because, I mean, look at this. This is an entire scroll of messages that I haven't read. And this is, I mean, I get, look at that. On average, I get about 500 messages. So Governor Sonko shared my number online, and I get so many messages. And I'm going to give this phone in the near future to a switchboard to manage, because it requires more than one person to manage all these messages. I really try to address a lot of the messages that I get, but some of the messages, and the ones that are really annoying, which takes space, is a message which says hi. So one message says hi, another one says hi beautiful, another one says hi, good morning, good afternoon, and then the forwards, you know, the forwards. Happy Monday, happy Tuesday, happy Friday, happy Wednesday, happy new month. I mean, it comes on. And then prayers. Kenyans are famous for sharing prayers and sharing horrid stories, you know. And you get the same forward from everybody. So we just, as soon as we see something, we want to just sambaza it to the next person. So the biggest problem with that for me is that I miss out on some really urgent messages. And then I get added into every fundraising for somebody who's died. You know, so they form a group and they just add. And I think there has to be some etiquette. I mean, I'm your leader, yes, but call me and say, Mama, can we add you to a group? We're raising money for a church, we're raising money for a school, we're raising money for a funeral, we're raising money for a medical bill. The thing is, when I get them, I get so overwhelmed, because some of them are real, true, and others are just fake. You know, I mean, especially the ones that come on messages telling you, I haven't paid my rent, I've been thrown out of the house. We don't have a budget for individual causes, so that comes from our personal budget. That's why sometimes I feel, I know a lot of Kenyans say you shouldn't do this, you should just improve the economy or improve the work, make sure we have jobs, but that's going to take a long time. I have a lady here who who is, I've actually saved her as bursary Nyeri. And the reason is because she's from Nyeri. She's got but she lives in Nairobi, and she's got an amazing young boy. She wants to get him into school. And I can't understand. We have free primary school. I can't understand why do we, so you know, I try and follow up such cases. I know we probably don't have enough schools, but I'm thinking, are you trying to send him to a private school, or why aren't you sending him to a public school if there is a public school? So I need to meet this woman and understand the problem. Just sending money is not the solution. I normally try to follow up cases. So I have this target that I want to touch between 500 and 1,000 lives in my tenure. And I keep touching lives on a daily basis. I mean, at the moment I'm dealing with, I mean, when I said that my salary for the next 2 months has been committed, I was dealing with a lady whose son is at spinal injury hospital and he's paralyzed neck down, and I've been working with the son for the last 2 years. I met him during the post-election violence in 2017. Then recently I went to visit him and I said, Shadrach, where's mommy? How's mommy? And he goes, she's in Kenyatta. So I go to Kenyatta to look at her, and I find her in Kenyatta with a rotten leg. And the doctors in Kenyatta have said amputate. And she said, no, I do not want to amputate my leg. I want to leave the hospital now. So, of course, I'd gotten her an NHIF card, but it was not up to date. So I paid and we got out of the hospital. But I thought, no, we need to find something. So I met these young, amazing doctors who do wound closure. And I took them to her, and I'll be sharing some videos on her. But, you know, the process, I've spent over 100,000 on Mama Shadrach. And the reason is I wanted to see if we can save the leg. You know, is amputation the only way? Now, she got a wound, and this is something I want Kenyans to understand. The reason she got a wound, and I'll show you the wound, the reason Mama Shadrach got the wound is in her daily work, she ended up stepping on a nail. And when she stepped on this nail, she had no tetanus, immediate tetanus, and her leg basically got this wound. That is the wound. Okay, I'll show you. That is the wound. Okay, so she got this massive wound all because she stepped on a nail. Now this is the procedure. This is maggots. Okay, so you know what? As your MP, the things I go through that emotionally and mentally strain me, I want you to be part of that today. Here, this is Mama Shadrach's leg with the maggots. The maggots were inserted on her leg. All right. Okay, I know. That was an attempt to save her leg. Okay. So today I want to show you Mama Shadrach's leg today. That's her foot today. Okay, we've got, okay, that's beginning. I think we've got pictures as we've captured this story, but I want to get you a picture of her foot today. That's her foot today. Okay, we've still got 2 holes. All right, we've still got 2 holes, but I'm going to bring in a bill on wound closure. I really hope that by the time we finish and we've saved her leg, that we can actually have, first of all, an education that when you step on nails that are rusted, especially in us, you know, we live in these mabati houses, and when you scrape yourself with a mabati that is rusted and you don't have a tetanus shot, this is what can happen. And I just want to find out, can the government give tetanus shots for free? And you know, so that I don't know, I'm going to try and investigate, but I've been so concerned with saving her leg. And I think, you know, while I'm trying to save her leg, of course she's not working, I have to pay her rent, I pay her younger children's school fees, I've taken her 2 daughters to hairdressing school, and then I hope to open them a salon, and then we create a good environment for Shadrach to be able to come back home to. Because Shadrach is still trying to get wound management for his wounds, which are the result of him being paralyzed and being on the bed. I had taken him to Joytown to school, but he's back in the hospital. So there are many, many serious cases. So this is like one of the cases. I like holistic approach. I don't want to just give you 5,000 shillings and leave you. I want to understand what exactly is going on and how to help it and how to legislate and how to budget. So I just thought I'd give you a brief on what I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to be out. I have my house case coming up on Thursday, so I've carried the files here to read the case notes so that I know what's going on Thursday. But I'll be here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and yeah, prayers welcomed, good thoughts welcomed, and anybody who has problems, women who don't have problems with their back, and you've had children, work on strengthening your core, work on your back muscles. It's crucial, it's important. Keep your calcium levels up because we do lose a lot of calcium. And yeah, I mean, when I come out of surgery, depending on how I feel, I'll get my media team to come back here and we can have another discussion. I love you all, and thank you for giving me the position to serve you and to interact with you. God bless you.